Hi guys, good evening. My voice is audible?
Hi, good evening, ma'am. Yeah,
Yeah, okay, fine. Screen is visible, ma?
yeah, it's visible.
Yes. I hope you all are doing well, right?
Yeah, good.
Yes, thank you. Actually, today we are going to discuss on interesting topic in international human resource management. One of the important thing is employee categories in global organization. Okay, actually, in the today's sessions, we will learn what is host country nationals and the parent country nationals, third country nationals. Especially, we can discuss about the types of employee scholars. uh, that the scholar type is normally we should know about that white collar job, blue collar job, but apart from that we having some gold scholar job is there, gray collars job, as well as even pink collars also is there. So by end of this classes now you should able to the difference between three of them, that is PNN, HCN, TCN, with a real world example. Then identify that different type of scholars workers based on the nature of their jobs. Then understand why the multinational companies recruit different categories of employees across countries. Then it is not one way lectures, please understand that. I encourage everyone to participate. Feel free to answer through the chat box or by unmuting yourself. Okay. uh, Please remember that, again I'm telling you, learning becomes meaningful when we participate, okay, not just when we learn. So let make this section interactive and enjoyable. I feel like that. Okay, or you got it, ma?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. um First one is, just let begin with a simple question. Just imagine TCS open a new office in New York, USA. Okay, please once again, my background having their noise. Please once again. Okay, fine. Thank you. The question is, TCS open a new office in New York. Okay, that is USA. Who do you think should work there? Indians sent from India or Americans hired locally or both? What is your perspective?
Both nationality will be work there, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Then
Both should participate.
both. Okay, fine. Any other opinion? Okay, fine. Yes, most companies actually use a combination of both. Correct. Today we will discuss, the host country nationals. That is, a host country national is the on employee who is a citizen of the country where the foreign subsidiary of a multinational company is located. If you say simple words, the company belongs to one country. It opened a branches in another country. It hired local citizens of that country, right? So those local employees are called host country nationals. Example, Infosys, that Indian companies, right? It is established a software development center in California. Okay, so here, instead of recruiting only Indian employees, the Infosys hire the American software engineers or HR executive or accountant or managers or few IT people, right? So any other JD, right? So these American employees are known as host country nationals. Are you got it, ma? So similarly, Toyota, right? It is a Japan company, you know very well about. So hire the Indian employees in India. Okay, so even that Amazon USA hire the Indian employees for Amazon India. Okay, so all these local employees are, we can say that, HCN, right? So just let's check in your understanding. I'm asking one questions, right? You answer it. Google USA, okay, Google USA has an office in Bangalore, okay, and hire the Indian engineers. Okay, so now who are on the HCNs? That is American engineers or Indian engineers or Google CEO or investors. Now you tell me, who are all the HCNs? Can I repeat questions once again?
Yes.
Google USA has an office in Bangalore, okay, in India, okay, and hire Indian engineers, okay, to working with Bangalore branches, okay. So who are the HCNs here? The option is four option is there. One is American engineers, second one is Indian engineers, third one is Google CEO, fourth one is investors.
Of course, Indian engineers.
Yes. So, okay. Second questions. In Mahendra, yes, actually in Mahendra, which country company? Anyone?
India.
Indian company.
India.
Yes, it's a Indian company, right? So Mahindra open a manufacturing unit in South Africa, okay, and recruit the South African workers, okay. So here, who are HCNs? That is, can you answer anyone?
Indian engineers.
No,
Indian workers.
South African employees, na?
South African.
Yes, because the Mahindra, it's an Indian company, open a manufacturing unit in South Africa.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
they are recruiting South Africa workers, na? So there, here, the HCN is South Africa employees. Are you got it, ma? So host country national means, yes, which nationality company, it's not a matter. Okay, where the company is located in that particular country, employees or host country nationals. Are you got it? If you say yes, I'm move. Otherwise, again, I'm just to be explained that same slide. Tell me, what about
Yes,
your
ma'am.
understanding? We'll go for next.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, we can go.
Okay. Suppose another one example, I'm saying that if you are the HR manager, okay, why would you recruit the local employees instead of bringing everyone from India? Tell me. Why the Mahindra, yes, the Mahindra companies, maybe the manufacturing unit open in South Africa, okay, fine. Why we recruit the South African workers? We just to be recruit that Indian workers, na? Because our country's employment also maybe getting some good things, right? It's go for growing. Why we want to recruit the South African employees? What is the reason? Anyone, for example, in Google, the Google branches having in Bangalore, why that Google recruit the Indian people, Indian employees? They bring employees from America, na? So what is the reason? Why if
Maybe
country nationals? What is the importance of those? Sorry,
maybe
Ma'am, to
they have
control
some.
the expenses
what expenses? So okay,
like
fine.
salary and all
Okay,
the things.
maybe okay. In core reason is there.
Maybe some government rules are there.
No. It's not like that.
Yes, maybe they have some experience about the experience.
Maybe. Then, but lot of core reason is behind. Please think and tell.
Collaboration, because you will get lots of ideas from lots of different people.
Okay, that is also fine. Okay, then if recruit that local employees, na host country national, na at least they understand their local language, right? The customers are local region, right? So the employees also want to be understand their local language, right? That purpose may be one of the reason. Then another reason, they know the culture and business practices of the particular country. For example, Google is Google, it's one of the branches open in your Bangalore, na. They recruit our Bangalore Karnataka people. At least they should aware about their local vernacular language. They should aware about their Indian culture and business practices, right? So maybe that is also reason. Another one is not only that reason, even though that a host country national employees familiar with the particular local labor laws. That is also one of the reason. Then the customers often trust the local employees more, not in that foreign employees, right? For example, here having some multinational education, the foreign university peoples are there. Okay, the foreign university, that in two universities just to be open in Mumbai. Okay, but the 70% of professors are Indian professors. Because the thing is, yes, the parents as well as the students strongly believe that, right, that that Indian professors writes the words, even that not only in that teaching, apart from that admissions, apart from that some administrative registrar related things, they are managing na BC level people, administrative level people. They are in local host country national. The parents as well as the stakeholders strongly believe that. That is also one of the reason. Another thing is, the hiring local employees, that one person is saying that it's reduce the relocation cost. Yes, that is also one of the reason. So the host country means host country national means simply says it's a local employee of the particular country. Okay, think of yourself, for example, think of yourself as a tourist. Okay, if you visit Japan, and you work there, okay, but you are not on HCN, right? The Japanese citizens working in Japan, okay, Japan company for an Japan for an Indian company, that is that that Japanese citizens is on HCN, host country national. Are you got it, ma? If you are going to Japan, you are working there it's you are not the HCN. Okay, the Japanese citizens working in Japan for Indian companies, okay, that Japanese citizens are HCN. I'm just giving another one scenario, at least now in that scenario you can get it more clarity. For example, Reliance. Okay, the Reliance Industries open a retail chain in Dubai. Okay, so it recruits 10 Indian managers from Mumbai. Okay, then 90 UAE citizens for sales and customer service. Okay, here the question is, who are the host country nationals?
The 900 employees.
90 UAE citizens, that is host country nationals. Good. What is your name, ma? Hello. Any policy is there? You don't share their names? Nothing is there, na?
For me, ma.
Sorry, ma, I didn't get it.
You are asking my name or something?
Yes.
It's Dichan.
Okay, please just to applause to Rishin. Thank you so much. Yes, next is parent country national. That is parent country national. I'm just to giving just to be start with example, then you get that understanding. Infosys, Indian company, right? So the Indian company, the Infosys open a branch in New York. Okay, so here now suppose Infosys send one of its Indian managers from Bangalore, okay, to lead the New York new office. Okay, so here what do you think we call this employees? One Indian person to send to US for managing their Infosys. Okay, that person is called parent country national.
Expatriate.
Sorry?
Expatriate.
Yeah, we can call it as expert. Okay, so that is a parent country national. An employee who is the citizen of the parent home country and is assigned to work of the company's foreign subsidiary. Okay, in that employee only we can also known as expert. That is simply put, the company belongs to India, but the employee is an Indian citizen, but the employee is sent to work some other country. Okay, that employee is called parent country national. So here the question to you: Tata Motors, it is which country company? Tata Motors.
Indian, of course.
Indian.
Yes, Indian companies. It send on Indian HR manager to its manufacturing plant in the UK. Okay, so who is on TCN here? I'm giving 4 options. One is British employees. Second one is Indian HR manager. Third one is UK customers. Fourth one is local suppliers.
Indian HR manager.
Fine.
Indian HR manager, actually.
Good. Thank you. The second questions. Google, actually, which country company is Google?
American country.
Yes, USA, right? It send on American executive to manage the Google India. Okay, is that executive a parent country national? Yes or no? Google is a USA company,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Send on American executive to manage the Google India. Okay, so my question is that executive a parent country national or not? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes.
It is, yeah, it is.
Yes,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
the executive belongs to Google parent country, right? That is USA. So we can call it as that person is a parent country national. Good. Why do companies send PNs abroad? Because we just to shared some few reasons why the HCN is important. Because the HCN understand their local language, the HCN it's attractive their local customers, the HCN understanding their local labor laws, like that, right? So what is that importance of PNS? Why do companies send PNS abroad? Some of the reason is maybe behind, right? So what are the reasons? Today we don't have other options.
Yeah, experience.
Interact you. Only, yes, please. Tell me.
The work experience and the strategy of those companies' ideas.
Yes, very good. The company culture and values knows to the parent country national. Good. Then any other reason? For
Maybe the
example,
employees from the home country may have a good synergy. So basically, when you recruit some of the employees from the home country or from the home company's country, which is Google, for example, some of them they may have synergy with some of the newer employees. So it will be the workflow will be better actually.
yes, actually, no, to transfer their technical knowledge and expertise, right? You
Yes,
are
true.
saying like
Yeah.
that? Okay,
Yes.
fine.
Yeah,
Then you
right.
know that headquarter policies, yes, to ensure they are maybe the parent country national knows very well about their headquarters policies, the particular company's cultures, values, right? Then another thing is to establish the better communications between headquarters and subsidies. Then you know that to develop the sometimes to develop the future global leaders also. So that purpose, you know, the local employees are available, but why would a company send a manager from its home country? Because maybe these are the reason is behind. Okay, if simply you know that we quick memory of the trick, remember this simple formula. For example, parent country national means home country, right? Parent country equal to home country equal to company's origin. We can simply just to be reminder in our mind. Okay, here I'm just giving one scenario. It's better understanding, it's helpful for you. For example, M&M, that is Mahindra and Mahindra. I know that it's an Indian company, right? It's open a manufacturing plant in South Africa. Okay, so the company send 5 Indian senior manager from Mumbai, hire 150 South African employees locally. Okay, here the question is, who are the parent country nationals? The 5 employees of senior manager from Mumbai or hire 150 South African employees locally?
The
5 employees from
150 South employees locally.
So, sorry, ma?
The 150 employees from South Africa locally.
That is parent country national?
No, it's
You are
the
saying?
the 5 employees from Mahindra.
Yes.
5 Indian senior manager from Mumbai, that is parent country national. Hire 150 South African employees local, na, that is HCN. Or you understand that?
Yes.
Don't be confused. That's why I'm saying that it is very simple formula is there. Yes, that is parent country national means it's equivalent to home country. Okay, or company origin. M&M, Mahindra and Mahindra company is the origin from, it is an Indian company, right? So the Indian sent to there in South Africa. So the parent country national is Indian people. I mean the 5 Indian senior manager from Mumbai sent to the South Africa.
South
Na?
Africa.
So that
Yes.
people is parent country national.
Parent
Are you
country.
got it, ma?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Please don't be confused. Huh? Okay, fine. Thank you. Third one is the third country national. You know, we have already learned about PCN and HCN, right? Now let's move on to the third category. That is just to imagine one question. An Indian company open a branch in UK. Okay, instead of sending an Indian employee or hiring British employees, the company recruit few manager from USA. Okay, so what we do call this employee? That is, answer is third country national. Okay, the company home country is India,
India,
but host country is UK.
UK,
Okay, suppose the Indian company, okay, so Indian people go there to work in UK. That terminology name is HCN, right?
H, yes,
HCN or PCN?
HCN.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Okay. Yes,
Indian company, okay, the branches open to UK. So the Indian employees go to UK to work there. That terminology is what?
PCN, ma'am.
PCN,
PCN, yeah.
right?
Yes, true.
Okay. Then UK people, 10 people to hire to work for Indian companies. That people name is HCN, country national, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am, yeah.
Okay. Then company is Indian company. It's located from UK, but 3 of them hired from Middle East country people, employees. Okay. So
Okay.
that employees is called third country national
Yes,
yeah,
third
because
country.
yes.
they are not relevant to the home country. They are not relevant to
Not
the
relevant
host
to
country.
host countries,
Okay.
Not
So
here.
that people is called third country national.
their countries. Yes,
Their
Have you
country.
got it, ma?
yep, yep.
Yes.
My teaching little bit confused or what? No, na?
No, it's simplified. No, it's simplified.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. So here I'm just giving one example. Parent country India, host country is UK, but few employees hired from Middle East country. So here, right, the interactive question is Infosys in India, okay, open a branch in Germany, okay, recruit a Canadian software engineer. Okay, so who is the third country national? I'm giving 4 options. One is German employees, second one is Indian managers, third one is Canadian engineers, or fourth one is German customer.
Canadian news.
Very good. That's it. Next, another one questions. Samsung, it's a South Korean company, right? It is open a manufacturing plant in India and hire a manager from Australia. Okay? Is the Australian manager a third country national? Yes or no?
Yes,
It is, yeah. It is.
Yes. Because the Australia is neither the parent country nor the host country, right? Neither South Korea or neither India. So that's why
Yeah.
we can say that it is a third country national.
third
Good.
country.
Why do company hire the TCN? The host country national appointer, some reason is behind. Parent country national appointer, some reason is behind. But why the third country national appointed? Why would not the company simply hire someone from host country or home country, parent country? What is the reason behind? Any from your side? Valid reasons. Indian companies located in UK, maybe they hired Indian, some logic is there, or otherwise hired some Britishians, some logic is there. Why they just to be hired Middle East people? Any reasons?
To develop a business in Middle East also.
For the techniques and
Good. It is a specialized technical expertise is there. Maybe. Fine. Good. Then international work experience is there.
And
Yes.
also the cost, maybe it costs less for the budget. Maybe.
Yes, because some of the countries, why many of the countries just to be recruit especially for Indian people, the reason is because the Indian people having more skill, but they are accepting their less salary, right? The remunerations side, they accepting their less.
Yeah.
That is also, yes, some that much of reasons
But
they hire.
budgeting.
Good.
Budgeting.
Yes, budgeting. Good. Then maybe the reason is diversification of culture, right?
True, yeah.
Yes. Okay, here how we can remember their the a third country national, the parent country means it's a home country. Host
Yeah.
country means the foreign branches.
Foreign branch.
Another countries means third country.
The
Okay.
third person.
So the employee come from the third country. That's, we can say that third country national. Okay, here I'm just giving one scenario. Wipro also, it's a Indian company, right? It opened a software development center in France. So the company appoint, 8 Indian project managers. Okay, then 60 French software engineers, then 5 Singaporean cyber security specialists. Okay, so please identify the employees category. First one is 8 Indian project manager. There are which category?
Parent
PCN
country.
or HCN or TCN?
PCN. Parenting.
PCN. Because
PCN, yeah.
the company is Indian company. Wipro is Indian company, right? So
Yes.
the 8 Indian project managers sent to France. So
Right.
that is PCN. Good.
Yes.
What about that 60 French software engineers?
They are the host.
Yeah,
Host country
HCN.
national, because the company is located in France. Okay, so the French engineers, the 60 peoples recruited. So that is host country national. Very good. What about that 5 Singaporean?
They are the third TCN.
TCN, basically.
Yes,
Third country.
third country nationals. Okay, so here the easy formula is employee from parent country, home country, that is PCN.
TCN.
Employee from the host country, that is
That is
HCN.
HCN.
Employee from a third country, that is
That is TCN.
TCN. Okay, thank you. Okay, then go for types of scholars. The types of scholars refers to categories of workers based on the nature of their job. Okay, we can see one by one. One second. Okay, first one is gold scholar workers. Let's start with this simple question. Who usually earn the higher salary? A factory workers or heart surgeon? Question is very simple, right?
High risk
Heart
in-
surgeon.
Heart surgeon.
Yes. Why?
Because he is highly skilled.
Yes, because of their advanced education, right? Specialized skills and years of training. So this brings us to the concept of gold collar, scholar workers. A gold scholar, collar workers is a highly educated and highly skilled professionals who possess the specialized expertise and perform complex knowledge based work. These professionals are among the most sought after employees because their expertise is difficult to replace. Example, gold collar workers include, surgeons and doctors, CA chartered account, lawyers, some engineers, then data scientists, then AI specialist, then university professors, then
Researchers.
management consultant. They are coming under that gold scholars because they having their specialized expertise. Okay, that is it's performing their complex knowledge based work. What is the characteristics of gold scholar? Because gold scholar workers, they possess advanced education and professional qualifications without PhD, right? The fact that the professors can't able to work in the Indian universities. So that's why we can call this that is gold scholars. Yes, without completing their PG, yes, MS, Master of Surgeon, the doctors can't able, the surgeon can't able to attend to operate, right? So that much of specialized qualification is needed. So solve the complex organizational problems like management consultant, that much of, then make the strategic decisions, then that high demand across industry. So these are the characters must for the gold scholar characters. Okay, now the question is you, which of the following is a gold collar workers? I'm giving their options. Okay, factory machine operators, chartered accountant, delivery executives, and security guard.
Chartered accountant.
Good, because think of
Chartered accountant.
the gold. Yes, you think in your mind the gold. What did you remember that? What it suddenly remember that? It is a valuable, right?
Yes.
It is a valuable. So
Yes. Yes.
just as gold is precious and valuable, right? Though
Yeah.
even though that gold collar workers also possess the valuable knowledge, rare skills, and professional expertise that organization highly seek. Okay, that's why we can say that yes, that is gold collars. Okay, then another thing is white collar workers. Why? Okay, when you complete your MBA, okay, what type of job are most of you aiming for? Option I'm just given to you: HR manager, marketing executives, financial analyst, or operations managers.
Operations manager.
Okay, fine. Then any other options?
HR manager.
HR
Okay,
manager.
fine. Any other options?
Financial
Here,
analyst.
almost 20 to 5 students are there. All the students are only either to choose HR manager or operations manager. No one in financial analyst, right?
Financial.
Okay, fine. So the thing is, that white collar, most of the jobs, the classified as white collar jobs. Like the white collars workers, that employee who perform professional, administrative, managerial, or clerical work, yes, typically, is on office environment. These formal educations and specialized knowledge. The white collar workers, is an employee who perform professional, administrative, some managerial things. Unlike the blue collar workers, the white collars employees primarily use their knowledge, analytical skills, communication, and decision making abilities rather than the physical labor. Example, the white collar workers include the HR managers, then marketing managers, financial analysts, then software engineers, banker, administrative officers. So what is the characteristics of white collar workers? Normally the white collar workers perform the office based or professional work, usually hold a diploma or university degree. Then generally they paid a monthly salary. Even though the employees involved in administrative, managerial, some technical and professional roles, they mainly focused on planning, analysis, communications, even coordinations and decision making. These people characteristics involved in the white collar job. Example, I'm just asking one question, so it's helpful for more understanding about white collar workers. Okay, which of the following is a white collar workers? I'm giving 4 options. One is constructive workers, HR executive, electrician, and machine operators.
HR executive.
HR
Yes.
executive.
Good. An MBA graduate joined the HDFC Bank as a relationship manager. Okay, so which collar category does this job belongs to?
White collar.
Yes, of
White
course, it's a
collar.
white collar, right? So the white collar equal to office work plus formal education plus knowledge based job. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Then go for that gray collar job. Gray collars workers. Okay, let's start with a question. Because why I'm just to be go for that questions, maybe in practically if I'm just give that example or something, easily you just understanding that the purpose I'm taking there. Yes, starts with my question. Classes with questions. Okay, so is an IT support engineer a blue collar workers or a white collar worker?
The support engineer.
Yes, actually, that the answer is not always a straightforward, because some job involved both technical knowledge and practical work. These employees are often referred to as gray collar workers. Or you got it, ma? Technical knowledge
Yes.
and practical work. That
Yeah,
much
yeah,
of things. The gray collar workers is an employees whose job combine technical knowledge with practical or operational work. It's
For
a
example, like machine operators.
yes, the bridging the gap between blue collar and white collar occupations. That person is called gray collar. The gray, they represent the combination of blue collar, the manual work, and the white collar, office or knowledge work. So, note for the students, in different countries and industries, the term gray collars maybe have slightly different meaning. In modern human resource management, it commonly refers to employee performing technical, skilled oriented and technology oriented roles. Example, IT support engineers, then maintenance engineers, laboratory technicians, network technicians, especially the CNC programmer, then electronics technicians, medical laboratory technicians. These people comes under that gray collars. Normally, gray collars characteristics is, the possess the technical or vocational skills, then perform both based and field based work, then use the specialized equipment and technology, bridge the gap between manual and knowledge work. For example, which of the following is a gray collar workers? You tell me: HR manager, or network technician, or constructive laborers, or bank manager.
Network
Network technical.
technicians.
Network technician.
Okay, HR manager comes under which category?
White collar.
Fine. Constructive labor,
It's under blue
Gold
collar.
collar.
Blue collar.
bank manager.
White collars.
White collar.
Good, good. Thank you. A company hire on IT support engineer, okay, to install, maintain, and troubleshoot, that computer systems. So, which scholar category does the employees belongs to? IT support engineers.
Gray collar, ma'am.
Yes, of course, gray collars,
Great.
right? Because gray collars means it's a technical plus practical plus technology oriented work. Got it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Next, blue collars workers. Who built our cars, operate factory machines, repair technical systems, and construct the buildings? Exactly, these are the employees who perform manual, technical, and skilled physical work. They are known as, blue collar workers. An employee who perform manual or technical work using physical skills and hands-on practice. This job often required, the vocational training, apprenticeship, or technical certifications rather than the university degree. So the blue collar workers play a vital role in manufacturing, constructions, transportations, maintenance, and other operational industries. Example: factory machine operators, mechanic, electricians, welder, construction workers, that drunk drivers, then plumbers, skilled technicians. These are the example of blue collar workers. Blue collars characteristics, the perform physical and hands-on work, use the tool, machines, and equipments. Then there are, the essential for productions, maintenance, and infrastructures development, work in factories, construction sites, workshop, warehouses, and industrial plants. These person is called blue collar job workers. Okay. Blue collars, the scholars, blue uniform equal to blue collar equal to manual and technical work. If it simply says, blue collars means skilled manual work plus technical skills plus hands-on job. Okay, that people is called blue collar job. What about pink collar? The pink collar, what do nurse, a customer service executives, a rental sales associate, and the fight attendant have in common? Okay, so they all provide service directly to customers or people. That employee is known as pink collar job, pink collar workers. Okay, so the employee who work in service oriented occupations that involved customers interactions, care, hospitality, sales, or administrative support. Originally, that referred to the job that were traditionally associated with women. However, today it is a gender neutral and it's include both men and women. It's working in service related professions. Example, pink collar workers include nurse, retail sales associate, flight attendant, then hotel receptionist, then waiter, then beauty consultant, call center executives, customer service executives. These people are pink collar workers. The characteristics of the pink collar is work in service oriented industries, then it's interact directly with the customers or client, focused on customer satisfaction and service qualities. That they need that record that excellent communication and interpersonal skills. These are the characters need for pink collars. Here the question is you, which of the following is a pink collar workers? Civil engineers, customer service executives, factory machine operators, chartered accountant.
Customer service executive.
Good. So think of pink. Pink means people and service. Okay. Whenever the job mainly focused on service, especially directly interact with customers related job, that is called pink collar job. Pink collar means service job plus customers interactions plus gender neutral in modern HRM. That is called pink collar. Okay, I hope that this sessions is very helpful for you, because you know that I'm not seeing you are that MBA students, you are going to work somewhere else in future. I feel like that you are going to lead one groups, okay, or otherwise you are going to uh, in future entrepreneur. You want to be understand their humans, right, in international level. What are the scholar job is there, what is the basic characteristics, and what is then if you go for work in the global level, you want to be understand what is parent country national, what is host country national, what is third party national, what is their characteristics, everything. Okay, that's why I feel like that this topic is useful for you. This is not a theoretical part, it's just for interactions. You should understand what is these things, scholars, as well as you want to understand they are national. Yes, the people national, that's it. Okay, now just for I'm taking another one more, just for one more minute. Okay, please frankly tell me in that today's sections only. Okay, in today's sections we will discuss three concept of HCN, PCN and TCN. Okay, then we go for 5 callers. Okay, so in that 8 concept, which concept is new for you? Which concept is new for you? Yes, madam, previously I didn't hear that word.
TCN.
TCN. Good. Then
For me, pink collar is my first time hearing this actually.
pink collar.
For me, all of them actually, first time.
Oh, good. Then
For me also, all of them.
okay, good. But is it useful for the session? If you
Yeah,
feel
definitely,
like that
definitely.
these
True.
concept of okay, fine. Thank you. Any questions from your end?
I have actually just a feedback. It was an amazing session actually.
Wow, thank you.
Yes, it's a good session.
Okay. I request you, if you please just convey in behalf of me, do you have any separate subject is there, please allocated me. I'm just to be each unit, I'm just to be make it some mapping with cases, mapping with the JD training, mapping with this much of interactive sessions. Because every week I'm getting some different topic, or otherwise they said that which topic you feel like that you take it. So I didn't understand that. So if possible to reach out to your mentor to give it some well in advance, it's possible to taking this much of interactive sections to align with your particular subject. Because yesterday they said that only to take any topic related to HR. So I feel like that this, so better if you go for any one subject, we can easily to take it in depth. That's my concern. We'll see. Any mentors are there in your side? Do you have any idea who is the mentor for you? No, you don't have any idea about that, right?
True. We don't have an idea.
No idea, no.
Okay, fine. How many subjects do you have?
For me, it's 6. For me.
Okay, for example, my curiosity purpose, I'm saying that in any one subject, please tell me about your any name of one subject. Hello. Any one subject name?
Like, for example, organizational behavior, basically.
Okay.
As a
Okay, fine. For example, organizational behavior, you having one paper, right? So in that paper, you don't have any separate faculties. The question is for you only. In
Like,
organi-
for example, I can say, like, for example, principles of management. I have another lecturer or a doctor, basically, for example.
but not in a standard faculty, right? Not in a single faculty.
Yeah, true.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I will reach out to your mentor. Will possible if they respond, will get it for one subject for me. Because alone, one subject alone, it's possible I will get it, because every week different topic, it's not helpful for you also. If you handle one subject, it's better to go for that particular subject in depth for case studies, in depth for gamifications, in depth for real world problems. That's everything we can possible to give that particular subject. We'll see. I will talk with your mentor. We'll see. Okay, thank you so much for your feedbacks, everything. In your another thing is, I'm very happy. Today I'm just got 54 chat box responses I received. Thank you so much for your participants. Okay, that next week definitely the interesting topic I will bring you. Okay, bye bye. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Have a
Yes,
nice day.
Thank you, ma'am.
yes. You don't have any queries, please leave the sessions.
Okay, thank you, mom.